Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of RoStrap Dive. My name is Erdos12, but before we get into it, I would like to say that last week I had a lot of trouble with my game regarding its reopening, and specifically, it went into Thursday of last week. Had to fix a few things, make sure things were working and stuff. Eventually I got it fixed, especially the unlock part where you can unlock weapons and stuff through leveling up. But yeah, it was at the cost of a tutorial or time to even make one, and I apologize for that. So, if it was an inconvenience, I apologize sincerely. I will be making more content more often. And another reason why I was late in doing this tutorial, which usually is done around 12 o'clock, is because of the fact that I am also working on the Xbox edition of my game, which right now still needs a lot of work. But we'll get there, hopefully within the next 13 days or so. So, yeah. Anyways, let's actually get started on the tutorial. So first I'm going to set up RoStrap. I'm going to put it in server storage, and yeah. So we're going to go to Spring, and I'm going to do yeah, we've got Spring right there, so it's fine. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to close out RoStrap, and I'm going to go to, well, we got Spring right here. So the next thing I'm going to talk about or show you is how this all works and what it used to be like when I was working on the previous game and also the current game that I am working on. So there's another source of Spring that I noticed, or actually remember, where you would do local spring equals spring dot new, and you would just put p3 or whatnot, and then I'll just put that right there. So it'd be like you have spring.new vector 3. Simple, right? And then it would do like spring.s, which is the speed or frequency, would be, let's just say, I don't know, let's say like 14 or something. And spring.d, which is the dampening ratio, would be a decimal, something like, or yeah, that's what it used to be like. And in order to get the position or what the current value is, you would do spring, or you could do like now we're going to comment this out. Old Spring code. Yeah, this is the old Spring code that we used to have. And here's the new Spring code. So the new Spring code is usually, in this case with the RoStrap, you have to do this first, of course. Spring equals resources load library spring, and basically you do local spring equals spring dot new. Now here's the difference. It's coming up right now. So if you look at the documentation, spring can be initialized with 3 parameters. Actually, it has to be initialized with 3 parameters: dampening ratio, frequency, and position. So dampening ratio, like we said, would be 0.75, and the frequency is 14, and the position is vector3.new. Or you could do v3 if you had it. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. v3 equals vector3.new, and I'll do vector3, right? So with that being said, this is what you do. You would usually do to set the position or target position. So spring dot t, not t, yeah, it is t, sorry, equals vector, just v3, and it would be 256, 256, no, 0, 256, right? But wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Almost forgot. You need a position for that. So I'm thinking 512, 20, 512. We go up a little bit to positive 10. So it'll be 0, 10, 0. And this will be 10, of course, since it's above the base plate. Sorry. 0, 10, 0. And this will be T, and you get spring.p. And then you would set it to cpart.cframe equals cframe.new SV. And basically, that's the position right there. You set it to a new C-frame. It does that. Now, what I'm thinking is this. This is different, right? But first, we just need a part instance.new. We'll go over make probably in like the next 2 tutorials, because right now we're going to focus on 2 things. We're just going to focus on one thing, springs. Next week we'll be doing resources and how it can be used, the script resources, right? So that you can see how to use that in a way that keeps your, not only your game organized and well scripted, but also might keep it secure a little bit too. But right now let's just focus on what we have. So part.name equals, maybe I'll just call this spring part.cframe equals .new 10 0 part.anchored is true. It has to be anchored in order to see it. Part.parent equals workspace. What I did there was create a local part, which can only be seen by the client, but it's also going to be a much faster part, because unlike server-based parts or global parts, local parts are created on the client, and the client is much faster than the server. The server parts are slower. So you get the idea. Now, the spring, it's going to be spring. We don't set goal yet. Hold on. First we'll do run service. Oh, and you have to get run service as well. Run service equals game get service. Some people like to just use function game as a function like this. Let me show you. So it's get service run service. So then we do run service bind to render step, and I'll do spring update enum hold on dot render priority dot, I think it will be first or last, probably last, dot value function dt, and this is what you do next. Sorry. Having some problems with my voice, but it'll pass. Spring update dt. So then after that, we'll do part.cFrame equals cFrame.new spring.p. So then after that, we'll do spring.g. Oh wait, I forgot. Did we do it right? Okay. Spring.p equals, no wait, g, sorry, g. Now it used to be t, but now it's g for target or goal. So it'll be okay, vector3.new, sorry, or v3, 256 10 256 spring, yeah, basically. And now we have it. Let's see if it actually works. So just keep it simple, make sure it works. Huh, interesting. Okay, I think I'm not going to load the character because I need to see this. So I'm going to play here, right? Okay, I don't see it. Yeah. Let's just see if we can wait for like maybe 4 seconds, then do spring.g equals v3 negative 256 10 negative 256. And with that being said, let's play here. So the spring is quite fast, I would say. So the best thing we can do with that is to turn down the dampening. And yeah, that's an ambulance in the background. Really sorry about that. 4 and let's say 9. Okay, good. All right, let's just see how it works. As you can see, it did actually interpolate a little bit. That's what springs are supposed to do when you update them properly. So now, if you really want to see if it works, let's just turn the speed down to 0.9 and see if that really does work in slow motion. So okay, there we go. You see that? It's slower now. Now let me explain all of this code. So what we're doing here is we're just initializing stuff, but with this, basically it's the same thing as, you know, getting a method or whatnot. But it's like using, I think, the double underscore call meter method or something like that. Basically this is the method, this is the parameters. Same thing with this. This is bind to render step, spring update. The rest of the parameters are basically just, you know, the stuff you put into bind to render step. Now, let's get into the next part. I had created a local part in order to show you how this works, like the effects of using a spring. And basically what that did was the spring part will move alongside this. So to interpolate it or make it interpolate, you do spring update, which makes it work, and you pass in the delta time so that it can interpolate properly on the client based on frame rate. And then you have part.cFrame. You set the cFrame to the spring position, which is global or world space. So cFrame.new and then the position. basically this sets the target or goal, which used to be T, now it's G. You can also do it with set goal, even though it's not advised. So it's vector 3 and then to the edge of the base plate. We wait 4 seconds before showing you the actual effect, which we do the same thing again. Now let's see if we can do some more with this. Velocity is actually pretty neat, even though velocity is set manually if you want to do acceleration, something like that. You can also set the frequency and dampening ratio. You can also reset. So let me show you how that will work. Wait 2 seconds. Then we'll do spring reset. So to reset, this is what I would do. So reset, you go to state, and state would usually be this. Right here. So basically you pass in the vector you want to use as your initial state, or initial position. And basically, let's just show you how it works in 4 seconds. 2. It didn't work as expected. I think there's one flaw with this, and I'm going to show you how you can fix it. The main flaw is that, it doesn't do that. Self.g equals position. I wouldn't set that. So basically, if I were me, I would set it to the position. And then once it gets to a certain position and once it reaches it, I think we can expand on that. Some of these scripts need modification in order to make sure that they work like you intend them. See, it set the position back again, as you can see. But if you really wanted to reset, you can make 2 methods instead of 1. You could do reset goal, and then just reset, which will be self.p equals position, self.v equals position times 0. Now that's only done if you want to reset the position like you want to. You do this when you reset the goal and all the other stuff. That's what I would have to do if I were to reset the recoil spring in my game. So yeah, basically that's how springs work. But there's more to it. I would suggest looking it up, because there's a lot more that we cannot cover throughout this video, even though I might have a little bit of time to cover how this math works. So damping ratios are basically like how it slows down and stuff. I mean, usually springs are like K times V or something, but that's for another time. If I were to explain the physics, it would take a lot. I think it's like the basic principle of springs. But then you also have math that actually deals with keeping the ratios from causing, division by 0 or small numbers or whatnot. It's basically just algebra and things that you would just need to do, and also some calculus and trigonometry. But yeah, if you're into math, I would suggest diving or digging deeper. But yeah, that's all I'm going to cover today. My name is RoStrap, and I will see you on the next one.